Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. Welcome back. It's another glorious day. It's another day to grow, another day to learn. So today we are talking about self-deception, the art of stopping yourself from growing because it's hard or because it's difficult. So an easy example would be if you're arrogant, that's a form of self-deception because you think you're smarter than you really are. So it's that type of thing. So that's going to affect how much you're able to learn in life, because if you think you know everything, then there's going to be whole areas of knowledge that you're not going to touch on. You're never going to know, and also nobody likes a know-it-all essentially. So that's going to sabotage you in terms yeah, in terms of your relationships, in terms of your friendships. So why do you why do you deceive yourself? Because I'm not talking about you specifically, but we all self-deceive each other. We all self-deceive ourselves to one extent or another. So it can just be, it's just life is just inconsistent. There's all sorts of compromises and sort of hypocrisies. So in order to get through the day, you do sort of need to not scrutinize every single little flaw in logic. Otherwise, you're not going to get anywhere. But at the same time, it's not good to completely self-deceive yourself and leave no time for reflection. I think that's the whole point. Yeah. So it's all about balance. I guess it's difficult to keep things in order in your head and know exactly why you're doing things all the time. So you're not always in control of your thoughts. That can be influenced by your upbringing and your surroundings. What's flooded into your mind on a daily basis, this sort of stuff, and this can lead you to self-deception. If you hear something enough times, then you'll believe it's the truth, and when you start listening to that truth, you'll start listening to your own truth, and that's when you start to self-deceive yourself. So I think half the battle. So I don't think that half the battle is just identifying points of hypocrisy, of just being able to go, ah, I've got you. When these little thoughts of, is this the right thing, or you're just feeling that those little, I don't know, even all the way to thoughts, but just inconsistencies that you normally just sort of smooth over. You really need to find them in a way. Just look for points where you're just being sort of illogical during the day, that sort of thing. I think it also stems from just, I guess something like Joffrey from Game of Thrones. He sees himself as the king, even though he's not the person in charge. And when Tyrion points this out, then Joffrey gets very annoyed at him. He lashes out. The thing to do is to just acknowledge that you're not perfect, or you're not who you say you are. I think that's a better way of putting it. Not you're not perfect. You're not who you say you are. So I think it's good to acknowledge that first of all, to notice that there's the possibility that you're deceiving yourself, and from there you can work step by step to resolve those two halves of yourself, so you are who you say you are. I think that's a good way to go about it, and it gets better as you become more learned, not necessarily older, but more conscious. Because older people aren't necessarily more mature generally, but just become more conscious. And there was a really good, I don't know if you guys know of this guy called John Vervaeke. He's I think he's a cognition scientist or something, but he's got a bunch of lectures online. I'll leave a link to one down below. They're really, really good. I sort of have to space them out just so my head doesn't explode, because every lecture is just, it's just really good. It's just really, really good. But he was talking about how you've got, hide that's personal stuff, but so you've got the everyday world where you're not looking for, or where you're self-deceiving yourself, just where you're just trying to survive essentially. Then you've got the real world. This is the world where you're under certain illusions in order to get through the day, but then this is the you want, you want to get here to a point of truth where you're now able to see through illusions and deception, realize how you're responsible for, or realize your responsibilities, and to therefore go out and start fixing yourself, start leading a more rounded and fulfilled life. That's what I was trying to get at. So, I guess some other basic things you could do is you practice meditation. I think that helps. I think it's, well, because everybody says that it's good, and I think it's done me more good than bad doing it, but it helps me in different ways for everybody else. So with everybody else, they talk about how it helps them to think in the first place, become more meditative. They're able to grab onto thoughts, whereas me, who's my head's just going a mile a minute, it helps me to sort of clear, in a sense. So I've got the right thoughts, but it's just getting to them that's the problem. So anyway, as you become more meditative, you'll start to notice ways that you're sort of lying to yourself just out of habit. Just when you're sitting down, your mind will just sort of relax, and when it's relaxed and it's cleared, then these important thoughts will be able to get through. So I think that's important. It's important to work through your hypocrisies. I sort of had an argument with myself last night over whether collagen protein is alpha or beta. So I essentially figured out that the way I was doing it is alpha, but overall just going out to random people on the street is sort of beta in a way. I could do a whole video on this later on if you guys want, but it's just important to, when you notice these hypocrisies, or you notice that, well, sort of pros and most arguments are really, really good, you do certainly need to work it out in order to make sure that you're not self-deceiving yourself. So yeah, I think that's all for today. If there's anything else you want to add, then as always, leave it in the comments, and we will see you in the next one. Keep growing.